Hi everyone, very good morning and good evening. One second, guys. Let me share my screen. Sorry, guys. So, okay. In the previous session, what we have done, we saw that how to load the data to the table, right? By using user interface. It means, so whatever the options we have here in the user interface, let me log in to our account. Once we created a database, after that, we have used load table option here, right? After the database, so here in the table, we have performed load data. This is a load data to the table. For this option, we have used and then we have loaded the data to this particular table. Now, this option when we will use if the file size is less than 200 MB size. If it is greater than that size, then what we need to do? If it is greater than that size, then we have to use command line interface. Command line interface. So what we are going to do is here we are going to use first thing is the file we have to load it to the stage area. From the stage we need to load the data to the table. This is the process. Without stage you cannot able to load the data to the table. Remember this. So here in Snowflake, the file where it is available, let's observe this here. Here, this is the files. These are the files. This file is available in this path. This is the path. From this particular path, first step is we need to load the data to the stage area. From the local path, we need to load the data to Snowflake stage. Once the file available in the Snowflake stage, after that, we will use copy command to load the data to the table. This is the two-step process. Every time when we are loading the data, this is the same process. Now we have to use copy command. Before that, the file should be available in the stage area. Now when it is coming to Snowflake, we have three different types of stages here. Three different types of stages. These are, observe this, user stage, table stage, named stage. These are the three different types of stages. Now today we will concentrate on user stage. User stage and table stages, you no need to create it. By default, it will be created automatically. By default, it will be created automatically. And it will not support any file format. It won't support any file format. And user stage means, for example, here user stage, it is going to represented with at the rate tilde symbol. This is the syntax for the user stage. Now, when you log into our Snowflake account, we logged in with Snowflake 8, my username and then password, right? That is a user. Let's assume this is our account for our project. This is our account for our project. When you are logging to this particular account, we are all users. With my username, I used to log in. With your username, you used to log in, right? Now, Here, if you observe here, sorry, let me change this name to class. The worksheet name, if you wanted to change the name, you can just give the name here and then click outside. The name will be saved. And then if you want to close and then reopen also, I closed it. See this, whatever the worksheet recently we have opened, it will be here. You can again, if you wanted to open, right click and then open link in a new tab. Now this is the worksheet page. This is the main page. Now here if you observe, see this, the name, same name came here, right? Now when it's coming to the users, right? We are all under users. Like for example, let's assume you are going, when you are going to log into Gmail, everyone is going to log in with gmail.com, and then every person will have separate username and then separate password, right? But every person, when they logged into their Gmail account, their data, their documents, and their Google Drive, it will be secured. It will not be shared with other guys, right? I am also logging with Gmail only. I have my username, I have my password. When I logged into my account, I cannot able to see your data, even though I am logging with Gmail only, right? The same way, here also, here this is your project account. This is your URL for your project login. When you logged in, every developer, let's assume we are all developers, every developer will have separate username and then password, right? When you logged in, you will have separate user stage. I will have separate user stage. Different user stages will be available. The intention of user stage here is, if you keep any files in this stage area, this user stage files cannot be accessed by other users. This is, we will say that, user level restriction. User level restriction. If you are processing any confidential files, one user file cannot be accessed by other user. Let's say I uploaded my documents in your Google Drive in Gmail. You cannot able to access those files because my user is different, your user is different, right? Even though your domain is same, but it is a individual based on the user. That is a user level restriction. The same thing here. When you are processing any confidential files, we are going to use user stage here. Now, okay, when you are using user stage, now user stage by default it will be available. When the user is created, user stage will be available. No need to create. Here, if you see list at the rate tilt symbol, you can able to see the user stage. List at the rate tilt symbol. Observe this one. List at the rate tilt symbol. And see this, you can see the stage area. Every user will have a stage area. We will see that. So later we will create a new user here for testing purpose. Then we will see that. Now for this particular stage, when you see this is empty, there is no files here. We don't have any files here. Now, if you want to load the data into the table, respective table, we need to keep the file into the stage area. To keep the file into the stage area, what you need to do is, we have to use put command. We have to use put command from the specific path. Now let's see, so how we are going to load the data by using user stage area. Now let's come here, user stage. Here, see this. If you want to load the data to the specific table, we should have a table structure. Then we are going to load the file into the stage area. After that, we will copy the data from stage to the table, right? This is the process. Now let's create a table. See this. When you are creating table, we are going to use, you can use, if this is here, the database and public. This is the database name, this is the schema name already connected. If it is not connected, if it is not assigned to this particular worksheet, then you have to give fully qualified name. Otherwise, it is not required. Now already it is connected in the class and public. Then just you can use create table, table name, and then we are going to use, see this one, column name and data type, column names and data type. Now let's create a table. Now we are creating a table. Now the table is available here. Observe this, table is available. See this one, table is available. Now our requirement is we wanted to load the data into this table. If you want to load the data to this table, we are using user stage area. This is the stage. This stage, do you have any files here? No, we don't have any files. Now to load the files into the stage area, we have to use put command. Now observe this, we are going to use the put command. When you are using put command, see this. This is the syntax. Put, then this is the path where our file is available. To pick the path, what you can do is you can go to the files where you kept the files, and when you are downloading this particular files, right, when you are processing with these files, what you have to do is when you are keeping the files for your practice purpose, don't keep it in a download folder, don't keep it in your desktop. You can keep it in any of your drive. You can keep it in drive. Then you can click on this file. If you want to pick the path, just hold your shift button, then right click, then you will get copy as a path. Observe this one, copy as a path. Now once you have done, you will get the path where your file is available. This is the path. See this, here you no need of double quotes. This is the path. It means this particular path, from this particular path, pick the file and put this file into this particular stage. At the rate tilt means this is related to user stage. And when you are specifying path, right, so many guys are getting confused here, they are doing mistake. Path should not have any spaces. When you are creating any folder, then it should not have any spaces. For example, your, see this, let me show you here. You have, this is the folder name, right? If the folder, if contains two space CLI space stage, then it will not consider as a path. It should not have any spaces. You can fill with like underscore. If you have any space, for example, here this folder also snowflake underscore class is there, right? So if you give snowflake space classes, then that will not be considered as a path. So you should not have any spaces when you are giving a path. Remember this, then only the path will be considered. Same like here, see this one, there is no spaces in the path. It should be like this, then the path will be considered. Now most important thing, observe this here, this is your interview question as well as certification question. When you are executing this put command, what you are trying to do is we are keeping the file into this stage area from this particular path. That is what put command will do. But if I sorry, if I execute this put command, observe what will happen. Observe the error. What it is telling, it's telling that there is syntax error. See this one, just a minute. This is required. Now observe this. If I try to execute, now observe the error what we are going to get. What it is telling now? It's telling that unsupported future. The reason is in our user interface. Now what you are working is user interface. In this user interface, put command and another command is there get. We will see that in the coming sessions. Put and get will not work in user interface. Then how to execute a put command then? That's the reason we used to tell when you are implementing this put and get commands, we are going to use CLI, command line interface. Here only we have a restriction. Put and get commands, we have a restriction. It will not be supported. But in a CLI, there is no restriction. Most of the 99.9% of the time we are going to work with this user interface only. Only whenever it is required, you need to implement put command, you need to implement get command, then only you need to connect it to CLI. Now let's observe, so how to connect it to command line interface, how to install it. If you observe here, if you go to the home page, if you scroll down here, if you click on this, see this one, client download, right? Client download. When you just click on this, it will go to this window. Here you can able to see this one, CLI, CLI, Snow SQL. If you scroll down, Windows, I will give this link. It is downloading now. This is the link where you can able to download our Snow SQL. I will give this in chat window. My voice, is it for everyone? Is my voice is clear, guys? Please confirm.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this is the link for the downloading. Okay, so you can use that link to download the CLI. Once it is downloaded, right, what you need to do is just click on that. It will not take much time. Within 1 second you can able to install. It will not ask any other configurations. Just you need to click next and next. That's it. Automatically it is going to be installed in your system. See this one, just click on yes. That's it. After that, just click on finish. Automatically SnowSQL has been installed in your system. Once it is installed, if you want to connect to this particular one, what you have to do is just go here, command prompt, go to the command prompt, click here. Here we need to use, see this one, Snow SQL space minus a. Minus a means nothing but account. We are connecting to Snow SQL space minus a space. We need to give account details. When you are giving account details, right, you can pick it from the URL, but don't this don't use this URL. What you need to do is here, when you come here, when you click on this, you can go to this account. From this account, here you have this URL, right? This URL you can copy. When you copy this URL, Observe this. This is the URL. This is the URL which you have copied yesterday. See this one? This is the URL. Now here, both URLs will work when you log in. But when you are login with CLI, use this URL before dot snowflake computing, right? From here to here, from here to here, just copy, and here you have to give. Just copy and paste it. Just copy, and here just right click. So when you right click, it will come. Here no need to give semicolon. Remember this. Don't give semicolon here. Just hit enter button. That's it. You need to hit enter button. When you hit enter button, it will ask you username and then password. In some of your systems, it will show you this log error notification. You can ignore it. For this log error notification, if it is showing username, it is installed properly. What is the username here? Snowflake 8. Snowflake 8 is my username. Snowflake 8 is the username when we log in, and hit enter, and password. Now I am typing password. Observe this. Is my cursor is moving here? No, right? When you are typing password, the cursor will not move. Don't get confused here. Just type the password correctly and then just hit enter button. See this? Now where it is connected? Snowflake 8 and then compute warehouse. But there is no database, there is no schema. Here also, if you observe, when you open any new worksheet, see this? I have opened new worksheet. It's connected to account, it's connected to account admin role, it's connected to compute warehouse. See this? But there is no database selected, no schema selected. You need to select here, right? The same way, here also, when you connect it to this particular one, we need to give the database, we need to give the schema name. So if you want to connect it to this database and schema, we have to give the command use database. It will suggest here use database. What is a database? These all the databases it is available. We need to connect it to class database. When you are giving, once you connected to SQL, once you connected to this NoSQL, here we need to give semicolon. Now we are connected to the database. Now this is connected to database. If whatever you are going to do it here, the same thing you can do it here also, other than put and get commands. Here we have a restriction of put and get commands. Here you don't have restriction. The difference is, here you need to write everything with the SQL statements only, but here you will have a shortcuts. And then this is GUI, graphical user interface. You can able to see, in the user interface, you will see all the different options, and then you can able to see all the different icons. But here you don't have those things, but everything will be plain. If you do it here and then if you execute it here, both will be the same. Now for example, I wanted to see the data in the table. See this one, select star from, see this table, I can see the data, right? Here also if I execute the command, the same thing will happen. Now why we connected to this particular CLI? We connected to CLI to execute put command. Now observe this, the same put command we will copy and then we will try to execute in CLI. Now I copied and then I right click here, the command came. The same command we are executing here. Now observe what will happen now. See this? Now what it is telling? Uploaded. The file has been uploaded. Now if you see that list at the rate tilt symbol, this is related to stage. Now observe this. The stage, the file has been uploaded. And one more thing here, if you observe, whatever the file we are uploading, the file, when it is uploading into the stage area, it is going to upload in the form of compressed mode. See this one? The by default compression mode is gz, gzip format. That's why you can able to see the .csv .gz format, and it will give you like a md5 function. It will be unique to identify uniquely the file name. It will generate a md5, and at the same time you can see last modified date. We can see the last modified date. Now in our stage the file is available. Now observe this here also. Previously when I execute this list at the rate tilt symbol, we don't have any file. Now observe this one, file is available. Now once the file is available, what is the next step? This file from this particular stage, we wanted to load it to this particular table. That is our requirement, right? For that, what in the previous session when you use lo- load data, what happened? It has given in the backend for our selection, it has given this statement, copy command statement, right? The same statement we are going to do it today also, copy command, but we are going to do it manually. Now let's observe this one. We are going to use copy command. Just concentrate on only these two lines. Remaining we will discuss. Now observe this one. Now what we are using? Copy into table. Copy into table from stage name. From stage name. And we are using file format type equal to CSV. This is optional, field optionally enclosed by double quotes. This is optional. And then skip header equal to 1. The file is having a header, right? If you observe the file which you are processing, see this file is having header. That's why we can use skip header equal to 1. We don't want to consider the header. That's the reason we are using skip header equal to 1. And then this is a CSV file. Format is CSV file. These are the things is required. So when you are copying the data, now see this, we are copying to the table from where? From the stage name. From the stage name. Stage, what it contains? It contains this file. What you are telling is whatever the file is available here, if it is having one file, if it is having multiple files also, with the same file format, it will pick the file and it will load to this particular table. Now let's execute this. If you execute this command, observe what will happen. What happened now? File has been loaded to the table. Now if you check emp user, see this one, 4 rows you can able to see. If you want to preview the data, you can see the data here. File has been loaded to the table. Now let's observe this. Select star from emp underscore user. This is the table. Now observe this. You can see the data in the table. Now it is loaded. Now once the file is loaded to the table, still the file you can able to see that in a stage area. Until we remove the file from the stage area, it will be available. Whatever the file you placed in the stage, this file it will be available till 14 days. After 14 days, the file will be removed from the stage area. Older than 14 days files, always Snowflake is going to remove from the stage area, because when you are uploading the file into the stage, it will also occupy storage. We are going to pay to the Snowflake for the storage also, right? That's the reason, as per the best practices, once the file is uploaded into the stage, once this file is loaded to the table, what we are going to do is, if you think that this file is not available in the future, then we can remove the file from the stage area. That we will see that that is a concept of purge command. But here remember, if you don't remove the file By default, it will be available for 14 days. Now the file is available. If you want to go to the previous command, just press up arrow. See this one? I am using up arrow and down arrows to move it to the previous commands. Now this is the command. Now observe this. Still file is available. Now let me again, I wanted to load the same file one more time to the table. This is your interview question. Once the file is uploaded to the table, I am trying to upload same file one more time into the table. Now observe this, what will happen in the Snowflake. Observe what it is telling. Copy executed, 0 files processed. It won't throw any error, guys. It won't throw any error. But what it is doing, it is telling that 0 files processed. Copy command successfully executed, but 0 files processed, because Snowflake will not allow you to load same file one more time. But how the Snowflake will understand? I have loaded the file one more time. What it will do is, see this, the same command if I execute here also in the CLI, here also you will get the same thing. See this, copy executed, but 0 files processed. 0 files processed. So here, what it will do is, when you are executing copy command, it will compare metadata in the backend with MD5 function combination file name. If it is the same file and then same MD5 function, the same file, see this, one more thing. The same file, if I try to upload one more time, what will happen? Just observe. See this, the same put command I am using, and then I am trying to upload one more time, same file into the stage area. Then what will happen? It will be duplicated file. Instead of that, instead of loading the file, see this, what it is telling? Skipped. The file is skipped because the file already available in the stage area. Same file, duplicate files, you cannot able to load it into the stage area. At the same time, same file, you cannot able to load multiple times to the table also. That is restricted. What it will do, it will understand based on the MD5 function and then file name, it will maintain the metadata in the backend. It will compare and then it will not allow you to load one more time to the table. Remember this. Now, okay, what is the purpose of user stage we are using here? The main intention of user stage is user level restriction. Whatever the file it is available here, this file should not be accessed by other developers, other users in my project. Now I can see the file, right? I can see the file with my user, right? Let me log out and then, sorry, I will create a new user. After that, we will log out. To create a new user, we will come to admin activities. Here I have user and roles. Later, we will come to this again when we are discussing about the roles concept. Now, just for the testing purpose, this user stage, we are creating a user now. Let's quickly create a user. See this is the user, right? Click on user. Now I will give some name. Okay, dev will use dev1. It is not accepting. Dev1 I will give, or I can give test user. Okay, let it be test, and then I am giving the password. I will confirm the password. Password I have given, and I don't want to change the password. I will use login name also. I will use it as a test, and then warehouse I will use compute warehouse. The role I can use account admin. Now create a user. Now observe this one. New user is created. The test user is created here. Now Let's log out and then log in with this test user, sign out, and then now I am logging with test user, test, and this is the password which I have given. Observe this. This is the new user, right? Let me connect it to worksheet here. Let me connect it to the database, class database, public schema. Now see this. This user can able to see the tables. Observe this one. This user can able to see the data from the tables. emp underscore user. Observe this. They can able to see the data from the table. But observe, if I use list at the rate tilt symbol, list at this user also will have a stage, right? List at the rate tilt symbol. Observe what you observed. There is no file here. See this. We don't have file. The reason is this is a user stage area. Where we kept this is user stage area. This we logged in with test user. We logged in with test user here. Test is the user, right? But previously we uploaded the file into the user stage area, that is Snowflake 8 user. Users are different. One user file, it cannot be accessed by other user. They can see the data. Maybe we will get a doubt. Yes, they can able to see the data. When what is the restriction here? See this. When they can able to see the data during, when we are giving role based access control, we can able to control which user can able to see the data from the specific tables. With the help of this, we can control the user restrictions for the table also. That will be done in the role based access control. But here, when it is coming to user stage, they cannot able to load this file, they cannot able to use these files, they cannot able to do anything. That is a user level restriction. Now let me log out from this and then we will connect it to our original user. Now I will use Snowflake 8 user. Snowflake 8 user, we are logging in. We logged into the Snowflake 8 user and let's open the worksheet. See this one. Now here, if I check again, you can able to see this. You can able to see the stage. It is available, right? Now, this is the user stage. The same way, one file we loaded here today, right? So we can able to load multiple files also. Into the multiple files we can upload into the particular stage. Multiple files also we can able to load. And when we are loading the files, we want to restrict any specific file. I have 10 files in a stage area. I wanted to load only single file. Yes, that is possible. We can do that. In a file, if I have error records, only I wanted to load specific file. I mean, only I wanted to load valid records. I wanted to ignore invalid records. Yes, that is also we can able to do that. So in the coming session, what we will see is we will see with table stage area. By using the table stage, we will see how to load this, how to load multiple tables, multiple files, and then how to implement other restrictions. We will see one by one. In coming session, we will see how to work with a table stage. Here, once we connected to CLI, if you want to come out from CLI, we have to use quit. Quit. Just use quit. Then it will come out from CLI. Then you can exit. We are going to exit from the command prompt. Again, if you want to log in, the same process. snow SQL minus a, then account details. After that you can able to log in. When you will go to CLI, only in two situations. One is when we are using put command, another one is when we are using get command. Put command is we are going to use to upload the file. Remember this, put command for upload file to stage area. Get command we will use to download the file. We will come to that later. When we are using downloading the file from the table to local, then I will use get command. Put command to upload the file, remember this. And then, so what are the different stages? We will have three types of stages: user stage, table stage, named stage. So in the table stage and name stage also we will see that these two stages, no need to create, it will be created automatically. Named stage only we need to create. These two stages will have restriction. Named stage will not have restriction. Most of the time when you are working in the project, you are going to use named stage. Very rare situations, any kind of specific requirements, then only we can go with user stage and then table stages. Otherwise we won't use this. So what we have done, we have done only the three steps today, right? So that is, if you observe, first we created a table. First we created table. Next, we have used put command to upload this particular file into this particular stage area. Then we have used copy command. This is the three-step process: creating a table, uploading a file to the stage area, then copy command. In the copy command also we have different options. We will see that one by one. When you are uploading a put command, when you are uploading the file using put command, it will not work in user interface. You need to go to command line interface and then you have to use the put command. Once it is uploaded, then you can use copy command. And remember, if I try to execute the copy command once the file is loaded, if you do that multiple times also, it will not allow you to load the same file to the table. If you try to load different file name with a different file name, yes, it will load. That we will see in the coming session. Okay, we will stop it here. We'll come to the questions. Just one by one I will go with. Yes, just a minute. Let me share the Google Drive link. This is the drive link, right? So where I have uploaded all the organizer will upload all the video recording sessions as well as the documents will be already uploaded here. If you see that, see this one, this is the drive link. So you have these things based on the daily wise, right? So this is for the yesterday's, right? You can able to see the video and then you can able to see the documents. The same way today I have uploaded the documentation for this, and then you can able to see after like so within half an hour you can able to see the video recorded session also. If anyone is not having access, please inform to the organizer, they will give the access to you guys. Okay. And if user stage only seen by the respective users, how the user stage file managed by the Snowflake. Each user can keep on adding user stage and it increase the storage cost. Yeah, so that's the reason, right? What will happen, Satish, here? Every user will have their own user stage area, but by default they have given an option of remove. It is going to remove after 14 days. And most of the time we will use very less time. Any confidential files only we have to use the user stage. Otherwise we won't use it. Otherwise most of the time we can use the named stage. Any specific requirement we have, then only we will use user stage. Otherwise we won't do that. Every user will not work with a confidential files. Let's say any kind of admin or any like a senior resource, they wanted to deal with the confidential files, then only they will use user stage. Otherwise everyone will not use a user stage. Okay, the size of the file is different. Just a minute. Size of the file is different while uploading the stage. Again the same name means deleted rows column in the same also copy the data avoided. Yeah, I understand. You are talking about if I modified a file and then if I modified a file and then if I upload, even though if your file name is same, it will not allow you to load. Your file name should be with different name, then only it will allow. For example, see this, all these three files, the data will be the same, but this file is employee one file, file name is different. This file name is employee two file, the file name is different, but you can see data is same in the all the three files. Observe this one, see this one, the data is available. What you observed here, the file name is different, file name is different, file name should be different. So then only, so we can, it will be considered, otherwise it will not consider. It will consider the file name extension along with the md5 function. Okay, then only it will allow. If the file name is same, then it will be avoided. Good question. Stage have number of files. If the user stage have number of files, I wanted to load particular file. Yes, Ravani, that is also possible. See this here, I told you we will discuss later, right? Pattern sorry, sorry guys, pattern command. With the help of pattern command, we can specify the respective file. If I have multiple files, 5 files in a stage, I wanted to load only the file name called this one, then we can use pattern, that I will show you in the coming sessions. We will see that we
Yeah,
have
Dinesh, thank you.
it. Yeah, setting file format, right? It means some of the Snowflake will have some of the file formats, like pattern command is one of the file format, and uh, file format you can able to use, let's say delimited, and then we are going to use truncate option, we are going to use purge option. These are the different commands. Purge means to delete the files from the stage, truncate means it will truncate the sum of the columns. These are the sum of the file format properties. Hmm. We will see that in the named stage. Named stage only will have this file format properties. I will show you that, that is related to file format. Fi-
Dinesh, Dinesh, I had one question. So suppose the employee 2 and the employee 3 CSV file that you are showing, so if they
mm,
have the same data, so will that be loaded or it will not be loaded if we try to load them?
it will be loaded.
Okay, because those are different file names, so the
Exactly.
MD5 will be different.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, okay, got it. Thank you.
The file size restriction, right? Here there is no restriction of the file size, but it will accept up to 1 GB of the file. But as per the best practices, right, we won't use greater than 500 MB file. There is a reason behind that. Here if you observe, we are using, this is the later topics, guys, don't get confused here if anyone is not understanding. This is compute warehouse, right? This you can able to see extra small. This is related to computation virtual warehouse size capacity. It is nothing but server capacity. If you use huge file size, you need to increase the server capacity, nothing but a t-shirt size, from extra small to small or small to the medium. When you increase this, normally let's assume per 1 hour it is going to charge approximately $3, means if you increase this size to the next level, it is going to give, instead of $3 it will charge $6. It means your computation charges is going to increase. That's the reason. So we will limit, as per the best practices, we will limit the file sizes. If it is a huge file they are sending also, we will ask our source team to send the files in a smaller range of the files. It should be less than 500 MB. That is one of the best practices we will follow in Snowflake. Otherwise, we can use up to 1 GB of the file also, it will load. But only the thing is, computation charges is going to increase. Sorry, any other questions?
One question: if two users are loading same file from different sessions, so will it be loaded, or it will again
So the
restrict?
same table it will not allow. If it is a different table, then it will allow.
So then concurrency is not supported on Snowflake.
Concurrency will support.
Then how it will be like you said, like if two users are trying to access the table at the same time, so it will not get loaded, you said, right?
It means same file if they try to load, one user is loaded one file, and then other user is also trying to load the same file into the same table, then it will not allow. Got it right? You can able to load different files. You can
Oh,
at the
okay, okay.
same time the user can able to access the same table. Multiple users can
Hmm.
able to access the same table. There is no restriction. The concurrency will allow here, but only
Okay.
the
So
thing
you're
is
saying they,
loading.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, the same file won't be accessible
Mm.
if the users are trying to load the table. If they are using different files, then it will be allowed on the same table.
Ex- yes, exactly.
Okay, thank you.
uh, yes, Karthik, whatever the documents I am uploading, right? I am uploading all the documents in the here. So for the reference purpose, if you need a book also, I will upload it. But so to follow it little difficult. So anyway, I will upload it in the Google Drive. You can check once. Okay. But so my suggestion is just go by class. Okay. Then you will get the complete understanding. Here you will have all the documentations will be there related to all the topics. So you can able to understand very easily. Okay. I
So,
will upload the reference book also. Yeah.
so Dinesh, I have a one question.
Yes,
Suppose
Ritu.
we get the same file twice from the client in a day. So can
Okay.
we upload copy?
No, same file with the same extension, it will
Suppose
not be.
suppose client just run the batch in a morning and once run a batch in the evening, and we just
Okay.
got the same file name with the different data. So can we copy it into same day, or we just need to change the file name?
Yes, what we need to do is generally when they are sending the files, it will come with a timestamp, right?
Right.
When they are giving morning and then evening, they will have a different timestamp with the file names. Then it will
Yeah.
accept. Otherwise, they are sending the same files. Then we will also get confused, right? So morning also I received the same file. Evening also whether I received the same file. Whether it is a duplicated file or whether this file is contain any new data, we will get confused. That's why always it will
Mhm.
be with the file name with extension. Okay, it should be a new file name.
Okay.
Yeah,
With the timestamp, it will be considered as a new file, right?
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Manoj.
Yeah,
This is the
I,
syntax, Manoj, here. So when you are using this is the file syntax. When you are picking the path, right? When you are picking the path, this is the syntax. This represent the respective file. This represent the directory. This represent directory. This represent the file path. So for the syntax, we will use this.
Okay, so we have to use three, slashes before the.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's the syntax. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, Dinesh, for if there is concurrency happening,
Hmm.
then every user can read the data only committed read, or there will be some dirty read also.
They can able to read it. What will happen is in Snowflake, right? Auto committed. So no need to
Okay.
commit. There is no in other databases we have to commit manually, right? But here Snowflake is auto commit. So if you don't want auto commit, how to do that? We will see that. That will have begin statement. After the begin statement, you can perform any activity, then it will not be committed.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the meantime, if someone is selecting some data
Mm,
and half of the data is committed, if this kind of scenario is happening anywhere?
yeah, whatever the data it is committed, they can able to see that. It's very fast. Even the millions of rows also, it will upload in so fraction of seconds.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Dinesh, one last question. So do
Yes.
we
Yes.
have any kind of modes in Snowflake, like batch mode, or those different modes wherein if we have got billions of records, like
Mm,
using this batch mode, it's able
mm,
to upload fast. If
mm,
using this, row by row basis, it will be slow. So is there any
mm.
format or modes in here in
By
Snowflake?
default, Snowflake, what it will do is, this is nothing but a bulk loading process. What the copy command we are executing, this is a bulk loading process. It will not load row by row basis. In the traditional databases, it will row by row basis, right? But here it is not like that. It will dump all the data at the same time. That's why we will use to call this as a uh, bulk loading process. That is nothing but a batch loading process. By
And which is
default, it
the
will consider. Hmm.
Yeah, and which is the one for the row by row loading, sir?
No, there is no concept in this Snowflake row by row.
Oh, okay. Okay, okay.
Always it
Got
will
it.
perform as a batch loading process only.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Sorry. So please practice whatever we have discussed. So if you have any questions, please note it down during the practice session also. So please reach me out. We will discuss.
Dinesh,
If you have any questions also, we will discuss in the coming session also. Yes, Anup, tell me.
yeah, Dinesh, this is Anup. So, so this is a loading process, right? Is there
Correct.
any way we can connect to the SQL server directly and load it to Snowflake?
For any traditional databases, right? We
Uh-huh.
cannot able to do that, but you can able to connect it to the cloud platforms. Like we have the files in AWS S3 bucket. Then
Okay.
directly we wanted to upload this file to the Snowflake tables. That is possible. That we will see that. But this is going to be connected to any cloud platforms, not to the traditional databases.
Okay. For example, Vertica,
Mm,
not possible, right? Whatever the data is in
not
her.
possible. Yeah.
Even if you write, I have heard some Python script they can write and load. It's all
That is, yeah,
not
that's
available.
all like a scripting. We can able to do that through the scripting. We can connect again. They required the
Uh-huh.
APIs connections. Then only they can able to do that.
Okay. Okay.
But
Okay.
there is no direct process. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, are we going to cover airflow? Ish?
Airflow, no, Sridhar. I will check. I will try my best. We are covering Snowflake and DBT. Along with that, what I will do is I am trying to configure the Airflow also in my system. If everything works good, then definitely we will see that also.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dinesh, I'm very new to this. You can just give me like 1 minute. What is this airflow actually? Is it like a data?
Airflow is nothing but a scheduling tool. Maybe you heard about
Okay,
like
got it.
Control M Autosys, right?
Control them, yes.
Yeah, this kind of scheduling tool. The now recently the guys in the projects they are using Airflow.
Oh, so there is no inbuilt scheduler or something? Uh,
Inbuilt scheduler we have that is related to the task, but it is not having all the capabilities of sending the emails and then
okay,
like failures, auto recovery. Those options is not available. But you can
okay,
able to schedule. Inbuilt scheduling is available in Snowflake. We can do
okay,
that.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thanks for your time. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.